What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my episodic review of MythCraft, the podcast. Alright, jumping right into it. This is episode 6, and to me, this is when things got a little bit rocky. Not necessarily like anything's going on, blah blah blah, but let's just jump right into it, and we'll talk about it later. But episode 6. That funny feeling. The episode picks up right after they save the miners. The miners immediately get back to work. They gotta work all day, work all night. They end up talking to one of the miners they think is in charge. And they immediately start giving this miner the third degree. Was like, what are you guys thinking building a cave, building a tunnel system right next to an Anzu nest or whatever? It's just like, what's wrong with you? And immediately Kyle was like, I felt like when you give the DM the third degree of something they probably didn't think about for like an easy encounter, they're just like, well, you just can't say adventure. But the guy was just like, I'm not in charge. And I felt like that was such an easy handoff to be like, I don't have to answer any more of your questions. The miners end up clearing the hole, and they ask the adventurers to go inside and look into the hole, figure out what's going on, if it's safe, if it's whatever, do their job essentially. Brick goes first, and the group follows behind because friend is gonna go. As they're walking through the cave, Hildegarde instantly gets a feeling of a familiar place. Like she's been here, it's warm, it feels like home. It feels nice here to her. Thistle ends up finding a really special mushroom. She rolled really well for it. She got like a funny feeling from it. She cut it all nicely, and they have a really nice mushroom. We hopefully we'll find out what it does. They start exploring the cave a little bit more. They find some water. They go deeper in the cave, and then they find like this pit, and in the pit is kind of like a body of water in there, and this water looks dark, it looks murky, it looks not good. They start throwing rocks in it and start, just kind of investigating the water. Eventually, Hildegarde gets a funny feeling that she wants to jump into the water, and they do so. They take off running towards the body of water, and they start to jump in, and everybody has a chance to try to stop them, but they are unsuccessful. Hildegarde hits the water, splash. Hildegarde is immediately put into another cave. They are no longer wet. They are no longer like surrounded by this water. They are in another cave. Someone moved Hildegarde into this cave and started talking to them and just kind of like encouraging them, like, hey, when you got that gut feeling, follow that gut feeling. When you think you're doing the right thing, have confidence in yourself. And I don't know, it didn't feel like a mischievous one, but it didn't feel like somebody who's actually trying to encourage you. Hildegarde snaps out of it, and they pull Hildegarde out of the water. So, a little confused there of what's going on, but I'm pretty sure that's going to be more revealed later. As they're pulling Hildegarde out of the water, this dragon folk comes out of the water. I think his name was Phineas. Apparently, he has died 500 times in that water. Whatever this water is, it needs to be stopped. My theory is this is just a giant mimic cave that traps you in this water and slowly digests you. That is a good encounter. They leave the cave and they find the dragon folk being eaten by a bird-type monster, a cockatrice. So they sneak by that. They didn't want to have that encounter. Apparently it's a high-level monster and they're low-level adventurers. The group makes it back to Yidis with the help of Brick. Immediately, friend Thistle head out on the town, and Lucian goes to follow them, but he wants to be like a little stealth, kind of like follow them for the shadows, like a overprotective big brother. So he puts on a disguise and he heads out and follows them from the shadows. Keres and Harlow goes to talk to the queen and invite her out for drinks. Now, Keres goes back to her room and gets a call from their emperor. The emperor's like, hey, Keres, come back. I need my champion. We got something going on, and I need you immediately. Keres is like, okay. Bye. Keres disappears into the night. She leaves Thistle a note, I want to say, that says, hey, take care of this egg. She takes her egg. It goes off like that. So first things first, who is talking to Hildegarde? Hildegarde. At first, Hildegarde was like, mother, and it was very unclear if that was their mother or not. But I don't know. It's like, I guess we just don't have enough Hildegarde lore right now to figure out who would want Hildegarde. I feel like Hildegarde is a special person. I mean, they're all special people. But just, I don't know. Because what we know about Hildegarde is that their village was destroyed. They were sent on their own. Well, they're orphans. Not enough information at this current time. But it is interesting. I don't think it's their mother. I think it's who or whatever destroyed their village coming back to be like, all right, gotta finish this job. And they're leading them into a false sense of security. And my next big major point is Keres. Now, I know these red flags. I know something came up and I gotta like disappear for a while, and like in real life, and I'll be back. I immediately went to the Discord and I was like, Andy, you leaving the podcast? Or are you like taking a break, or what is this planned in the script? Andy told me that this was planned and this is part of what's going on. But I do personally think, I mean, she told me that they're taking a break, blah, blah, blah. But I think that, something came up, take a break. They had to keep recording. Andy would be like, I'll be back. And just made it fit in the story. Kyle's probably a good DM for that, whatever. Instead of just having somebody just disappear or something, kind of write it into the story, be all good, like nothing happened. And I think those were some of like the best episodes of Critical Role, is when Laura Bailey got pregnant. I forget the name, but somebody got pregnant. They disappeared. Their character became super mysterious, and then everybody's like, oh, the mystery of this person. And when they come back and being written into the show and being written out of the show of like they had to go train. Laura Bailey played Pike, I want to say. But anyway, But no big deal. Spoiler alert, Keres comes back. A couple of episodes. So no biggie there. But yeah, I mean that's definitely where we're at right now. Lot of mystery in this episode. Lot of mystery. Not enough answers. And it is building upon itself. I can't wait to know more. Even where I am now, I think I know a little bit more about like Hildegarde, and like I said, Keres does come back, and they kind of talk about that a little bit. But then even more questions pop up. But I think as of right, God, I thought I was halfway behind, but I think I'm a couple of behind. But anyway, solid episode. 8 out of 10. Very much enjoy the mystery. Very much enjoy the building of the red string, because the red string's about to come out, as Faye would say. Because I got to start piecing things together. But anyway, solid episode. As always, thanks for tuning in to Miles TV. You guys have a good night. Bye.